Hello everyone, Palumbo here, back with another video with regards to the case of Madeleine McCann. Before we start the video, you're innocent until proven guilty. The question we're going to ask today is with regards to now an official suspect, Christian Bruckner. We're going to ask the question, is he a patsy? A patsy being someone who is being used, folks. In front of you, you have a page from the PJ translation files released by the Portuguese police. In blue, you will see British investigators. If you count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, you will see lawyers' letters acting for UK police forces, folks. So the police force have lawyers. What we're going to do is open this page. Now, for the last couple of years, the identity of a sex offender, if he is a sex offender, that is, or someone who's committed certain offences, i.e., Christian Bruckner, has been made public, folks. His address has been made public, in that he lived in Portugal. His face has been made public, folks. His identity. This is the hypocrisy with regards to the police force, the German authorities, the British authorities, and now the Portuguese authorities, who are making Christian Bruckner an arguido, a suspect, folks. In blue, these are the words of the lawyers acting on behalf of the British police force. And what they are relating to is with regards to secrecy of sex offenders, folks. Their privacy, their rights. Let's go through it. Now, it's a long one, so you'll get the gist of what I mean. And then you put two and two together with the case of Christian Bruckner and the hypocrisy of the media, the police force, plastering his name all over the papers, all over the TV stations. They are pushing him as the number one suspect. Yet the British investigating forces at the time wrote to the PJ with regards to them sending material to the Portuguese regards sex offenders and how their privacy must be kept secret because it has an impact on the case, folks. Material relating to condemned and suspect sex offenders. This category of material is of extremely sensitive and delicate nature. During the meeting mentioned previously between the representatives from the Portuguese authorities and the UK police, and legal authorities, it was recognised earlier on that this was a category of material that should be protected in all cases. It was equally recognised that this material would be provided by the police and legal authorities on the basis of the full understanding that this was confidential material, given that it contains the identification of names, last known addresses, and other details relating to sex offenders, whether they were individuals who had already been condemned or just suspects. The divulging of this material would obviously have an impact on rights of individual privacy, and this would have negative effects on police work in general, given the fact that the police intelligence, which is maintained exclusively of police purposes and for criminal investigation, would enter the public domain when this material should never be accessible to the general public. In 2008, the requesting entities were permitted to analyse 2 volumes with elements relating to sexual offenders or potential sexual offenders, provided by the requesting entities to the Portuguese authorities, who claimed that these would be kept secret. From this analysis, the requesting entities concluded that part of the elements provided by them to the Portuguese authorities relating to sex offenders were not contained in these 2 volumes, which would permit the identification by all who had access to the process of sex offenders who were already condemned or just suspects. Therefore, the requesting entities consider that all the information about sex offenders that was provided to the Portuguese authorities, and here's the crux of the matter, folks, should not be revealed, and urge the determination of the exact location of this material and its legal treatment in terms of what the law states as regards elements that should remain under secrecy before the opening process files to be knowledge of suspects of the process of third parties. So that's why I was asking the question, folks. Christian Bruckner, is he a patsy? In the PJ files, you had lawyers acting on behalf of the UK police force telling the Portuguese police force that if you want to request reading sexual offenders' history, then it must be kept secret. You must not reveal it to anyone because it will have an impact on the case, folks. That is the British authorities telling the Portuguese. Now, as we all know, over the last couple of years, Christian Bruckner's identity, his privacy, his address has been plastered all over the media. And who helped them plaster it all over the media? The German police force and the British police force, folks. Can you see the hypocrisy in it? The British police are urging the Portuguese police back in 2008 not to reveal the identity of sex offenders, their addresses, their publicity, their public identity. Why? Because it will have an impact on the case. But they didn't see fit to do the same with Christian Bruckner, did they? They plastered his identity all over the media. They've revealed his former address all over the media. The hypocrisy is astounding, folks, isn't it? Now, I'm not defending Christian Bruckner for his previous misdemeanors. But it's hypocritical when you have the police force of the United Kingdom back in 2008 telling the Portuguese authorities not to reveal the identity of sex offenders, their addresses, who they are, photographs, as it will have impact on the case of Madeleine McCann. But that's exactly what the British police have done with regards to Christian Bruckner, along with the German police. And now the Portuguese police are doing the same. We already know the identity, the address, the photograph of Christian Bruckner. When, according to the UK authorities, these things should be kept secret and not being revealed to the public because they have an impact on the case. Makes you think.